Hello, my name is Esther Purcell. I moved here from Florida in the USA, but was born in California and raised in Mexico. I've been living here in Costa Rica since January of 2008. I live in Santa Ana, which is southwest of the capital, San Jose, and also only about 15 minutes from the international airport. For us, Santa Ana is a unique place because it's very peaceful and feels like you're almost in a town, a small town, and yet we have full access to everything we need, including a large shopping center called Multiplaza, the best hospital in Central America, which is called SEMA, and as I said before, the airport. We came to Costa Rica originally, first as tourists and then on business, and what we hope to find is a peaceful, happy place to live in retirement. And the first time we came and found the property we're now on, there was nothing on it whatsoever. It was just trees and land that was to be developed. And immediately we had that sense of peace and joy that we'd been looking for. Before retiring to Costa Rica, my husband and I sold parts for airplanes all across the world. And that gave me an opportunity to visit countries like Costa Rica, Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Spain, and learn that we'd really be happy living in a Latin culture. When we told our family and friends we were moving to Costa Rica, of course they thought we were crazy. And our kids have been concerned for our health, but we keep assuring them that we're close to adequate care, plus we're only a 2.5-hour flight from the US if we wish to go back for medical care. My first experience with health care here was at the SEMA hospital. What happened is I got an allergic reaction to the lacquer from a wooden bracelet, and it spread up my whole right arm and developed pustules and infection. We went to Hotel SEMA. I was immediately seen by 4 experts, 4 different specialists, and they took excellent care of me at a very reasonable price. Also, we're very thrilled with the dental care, and I've been in the process of having some dental implants, and the price is about 1/4 of what it would be in the US, and the care is excellent. We attend Unity Church near Santa Ana, just a few minutes away. The service is in English so that George and I can both appreciate it, and we meet people there. I've met people originally through a group of women who meet weekly for a workshop and Bible study, and the emphasis is on giving women self-esteem and helping them with their problems that they face in life. Also, now I'm taking swimming lessons in town, and I hope to start dancing lessons soon, so I have lots of Tica friends. People often ask if we move to an area that's a gated community of Americans only, and we said if we had been looking for that, we would have stayed in the US. Here where we live in Avalon Country, we find people from all over the world, Venezuela, Argentina, Canada, Peru, and we enjoy the international atmosphere. My neighbor, Costa Hall, is from Switzerland, and there's another woman who her husband is setting up a business here, and they're from Canada. Everyone wants to know, what about food? Where do you buy it, and how expensive is it? We find that here, the things that we really enjoy the most are the fresh things that are grown or raised here. And our favorite thing is fruit. Every morning we start our day with either papaya or piña, pineapple, and it's like candy. It's the best thing you ever tasted. And the bananas here taste like bananas. I say the ones in the US taste like toothpaste. As far as expense, I would say as long as you focus on things that are fresh or grown here, it would be less expensive. But if you buy canned and imported goods, it would of course cost you maybe 1/3 more because of the cost of importing and taxes. But there's great accessibility. We shop for the fruit at a fruit stand. We shop for the other things either at Más por Menos, which is owned by Walmart, just minutes from our home, or at Alto Mercado, or at Hipermas, which is an upscale market, probably fancier than most of the markets people in the US go to. George and I, my husband and I, feel that you would be happiest coming here if you either one of you speaks Spanish or if you're willing to learn Spanish. There are many opportunities for learning here, both on the internet and in schools that teach the language. Plus, the people that live here are more than willing to help you learn. When George and I were looking for a place to retire to, we went all over the U.S. We looked at New Mexico first because my parents had gone there. We looked in the hill country of Texas and other parts of Florida. And then because of our work and our vacations, we were able to consider other Latin countries. But the thing that really made us just fall in love with Costa Rica is not only the beauty of the country and the flora and fauna, but the people. That's really what we fell in love with, because the people here are just unique. They're just so wonderful, well-educated, just willing to do almost anything to help you. I just can't quite describe it, but there's just nothing like it. We've never found people that we fell in love with like we have the Costa Ricans. In comparison to our life in Florida, we find that we're much more relaxed here. And George, my husband, has rheumatoid arthritis, and we find that he does not have the flare-ups that he had in Florida. And he also had asthma and does not have asthma here. But overall, we just both feel relaxed and calm. And the thing I like is I have a lot of opportunities to do things with friends that I didn't have before, like taking swimming lessons, going to Ojo de Agua, which is a beautiful spring-fed pool. There's just always something new going on and something I can participate in. Thinking about the differences of life in Florida versus life in Santa Ana, Costa Rica, we first think about weather. And there's beautiful weather in Florida, but here in the Central Valley, we have what I call San Diego weather. The high daytime temperature would be about 80 degrees, and evening temperature would be about 66 degrees. And then when you think about money, you think about property taxes. For our home in Florida, we're over $3,000. And here in Santa Ana, for the whole year, it was less than $100. As far as car insurance, it was $1,800 a year in the U.S., and here it was only $120 for 6 months. If my best friend or someone in my family or a colleague wanted to know about moving to Costa Rica, I would suggest first visiting here and renting a car, driving around, visiting different parts of the country, really getting into what is around and what's available and finding out how it appeals to you. You want to make sure that you love it and are comfortable before you make a decision to come. Also, you would want to consider that you can get almost everything you would possibly need to live here in the country. You do not need to bring your possessions from the U.S. You'll be able to buy beautiful modern appliances, lovely handcrafted furniture out of tropical woods, and beautiful decorations. So you do not need to bring your possessions from the U.S. We had a wonderful experience of having a beautiful Z table, it's called. It's a table that's narrow that fits against the wall. And I had carried a picture out of a catalog for years. And I took the picture to the furniture maker, and he made it more beautiful than it was in the magazine out of what is called sanízaro. It's a local tropical wood. The price in the magazine was $2,200, and he made it here for $220. And even the people that normally make the furniture were so excited about this piece. They said it was the most beautiful piece they had ever made. Our plan at present is to spend the rest of our life here. We love it so much. And this is Esther Purcell in Santa Ana, Costa Rica, saying hasta luego.